Hey guys, welcome back to Jack on Tracks. And in this episode, well, we're gonna finish putting this building together. So what I need to do first is I need to get these outer windows done. I didn't want to do these the same way. So I thought I had acetate at home, and it turns out I didn't. But I had this stuff, which is wrinkly but somewhat clear. So I was able to cut some pieces out for this, and it actually cuts pretty easy. So I'm gonna attach it to the part, let it dry, and then I'm gonna come in and trim it out. So we're gonna use the old canopy glue because I like it, and a brush. Not really pushing down on it too much. I'm just letting it. You can see it's just pulling itself down. So we're gonna let that dry. All right, guys. So all right, guys. So what I did while I was waiting around yesterday was I glued the magnets on to the inside of the structure. I found out something interesting I didn't know before. Was that crazy glue dries instantly when something snaps to it? Because this magnet, this is medium thick CA, and it usually takes a while to set up. And I held this magnet in here, and I dropped it on there, and it clipped into place, and it was done. It wasn't moving. It was solid. So I did after it's all dried in place, I reinforced. I put a little more CA around it to reinforce it, and they're done. Boom, boom. Like I always do, is all the magnets are the same except for one. All right. So that just makes it so you can't accidentally, if someone's trying to help you set up at an event, they go throw it on their wrong way. It doesn't want to line up. It pushes itself all over the place. Turn around, drops right in place. All right. So those are done. All right. Let me put these to the side over here. So the structure is ready to drop on. Probably gonna wait to glue that down last. But what it really needs right now, it needs the floor. I'm pretty happy with the way this floor came out. It actually looks it. I don't know how it looks on camera, but I mean, I didn't go crazy with this. I didn't scribe lines in it. If you were actually going to really see more of this, if you're going to see more of this interior, I would have definitely gone a little further on it. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up with the sides you're going to see, and we're going to put this in place. All right, so basically a couple of things came of this. I once again am still not a big fan of these Walthers decals. They look nice, but I tried everything. Solvaset, uh, Microsol, Microset. I did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coats on these, and they still don't pull down to these bricks. They're just really heavy decals. They look good. They probably look great on a different. They probably would pull in. It look good on a different building, a smoother building. They contour to, but they're not pulling into these bricks. So it is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. So we're moving on. All right. So But the fun part is we are at the bottom. We're at the end of this container, and I have another one right here. But we're gonna finish this one off. Once this side dries up, alright, so that's holding that in place. Now, before we put this on the base, I gotta put a couple of these windows in, the basement windows. So we're gonna do that next. And then we're going to build the sliding doors for over here. Put 2 sliding doors on here. I don't know why I bothered doing that, but put the sliding doors on here. And these 2 sides. And then we're going to scratch build 2 doors. You know something? I think I'm going to hold off on all these doors for now. Only because I'm planning on scratch building the doors. So, but we'll finish getting everything else done because we can. Alright, I knew there was going to be a little bit of a fitment thing going on here, so I was prepared for that. Alright, since I had to glue these strips in down here, these windows are, the top flange is a little tall. That's not a problem. You're not going to see the flange from the outside. So, we can make that flange disappear. Clean off the surface a little bit. I need these to definitely bond. Because there is no going back in this thing. These bottom ones, they fall out, they fall out. They ain't coming back in. I'm not getting back in there to get these back in there. So, we'll just scrape off some of this paint. That's the first one. We'll come in and touch this up with the thick in a bit, or we might just go with the regular. And just clean these up real quick. Alright, so these are, this is pretty much done. They're all nice and flat with the bottom. So once I go through here with the, either the thick or the regular, just to make sure they're bound down, we should be done. This one might be a little, I might have to adjust this one a little more, because this side. Like I said, I like these Walthers kits. They're nice kits, but their decals just were atrocious. They're so thick, they don't, they won't sit on right. Alright, let this dry. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let that door dry in there. much in. I think I'm just going to come in here with the regular thin and just give it a little touch. Now, the reason why I like to use these different ones is they really do have a different purpose. Like that quick set's really good for getting stuff, you know, just held in place a little bit. And you come back in with this regular thin. And that kind of gets in there and does like a slow melt and pulls everything in together a little bit more. The thick is really like, if you want like something structural, something to hold something really in place, and it fills in some gaps, that's why I use the thick. So I want this floor to be tight. So this kind of gets in here and fills in any of the gaps that are in there. And really binds it, I think, bonds it together a little bit better. Hey, that's good for that. Found about half a bottle of that. So we're just going to let this dry up a little bit, and then we'll be right back. All right, so we're going to do this side first. We're just going to clean up these. All right, I'm going to do a little prep off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll. I did a little finishing. I got pretty much all the windows in. This side, all the windows are in, and since this is the side we're doing the custom windows on, I held off on that. I'm down to the base. The floor is glued in. We're going to have to trim. Looks like we're going to have to trim up this wall a little bit. But that's not a problem. I was expecting to need to do that. A little shrinkage. Oh, not shrinkage. Once everything got glued in, everything's glued onto the base, it tightened it up. It's straighter wall. So I got to trim this down a little bit. That's not a problem. We'll get to that. All right, so here we go. Back to these windows and this door. All right, so this stuff cuts relatively easy, but what really helps it cut easy is a brand new number 11 blade. Big old window. And that window's open. Look at that. All right. This one, gotta really line that one up pretty good before I put it in, cup it in. There we go. And it looks pretty damn good. I think those windows look a little bit better than those windows. What do you think? Yes, I do. Alright, so let me let this dry and reorganize myself here, and then we'll get back to putting those last two windows in. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright guys, so here we are. I trimmed up the wall off camera, just a little bit easier. So what an old modeler showed me was if you ever got to square something off in a corner and it's just too hard, you know, not you don't have the right stuff, or it's just giving you a little bit of a trouble because there's a little lip, use a piece of round tubing. So that's what I'm going to do. I got a little piece of round tubing right there, and I'm just going to give it a touch. You let it harden up. I put that bottom door in there. That's just sitting in there. It's not getting secured in place. I'm hoping. But so since it's round, it fills in the gap somewhat. But that's going to help me when I have to push this side in place. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Then once it's in place, I'll just give it a little touch extra with the thick stuff to make sure everything's nice and tight. This is actually, I didn't have any round styrene. This is actually the barrel from a Q-tip. It's working. I was going to put the old eagle eye on this to get this what looks good inside, because you ain't going to notice if you're inside my model with the tape measure measuring out to make sure my walls are square. Go for you, my friend. Let this dry up and we'll go from there. Let me get this door off. Blue painter's tape is your friend. So this is actually looking pretty good. Alright, I did a little peekaboo on the inside of this thing before through the window, but without a light on, you really can't see it. So we're just going to let this dry up a minute, and we'll be right back. Well, here it is on the layout. It looks pretty good. I think it looks respectable. A little light on there. A low angle. You see the signs like I wanted you to. Probably could have went a little bit lower with them, but that's about the right height you'd have them in a store. You can see them through the windows. That's what I wanted you to see. Yeah. Then they come up to the top. A little hazed out, but that's what they would have been. Dirty. So, all in all, guys, I think we did a pretty good job on this. The next video is just going to be me finishing the lights for this thing. And the door, well, we're going to do the doors and the roof and finish the lights for this thing. So, well, once again, thanks for watching Jack on Tracks. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. And as always,
Catch you later.